Live?
Live.
All right, Big Meg, welcome to the Mid-Show. We got a lot to get to today. The Mid-Show is presented by Miller Lite. A lot to get to, like I said. White Sox Dave being denied a hit of a joint at a concert. Chief just being a moron.
What was I a moron about?
Danny just being Danny. We just got a lot to get to. Before we get to any of it, though, like I said, this show is presented by Miller Lite. So we're going to talk about Miller Lite for a little bit. Miller Lite, the NFL draft is coming up. Where will that number 9 pick go? It's anyone's guess, obviously. And we've seen some wild selections over the years. But there's one selection that every football fan can share, and that's a nice cold Miller Lite. Miller Lite knows that beer lovers want their light beer to taste like beer, and that's why they brew a light beer that's light on calories but not on taste. Because what's the point of having a beer if you can't taste it?
I feel like Skronsky knows his way around a Miller Lite. Pretty confident in that.
I would bet. That'd be a good selection.
Local boy.
I'd be happy with that.
Last name like that ends in ski. He loves himself a Miller Lite.
And we're just like the hometown Bears for sure.
Yep.
Everyone's hometown. So till kickoff comes around again, enjoy the beer that tastes like. Thank you, Dave. Tastes like Edward. The season Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/redline or. Let's be honest, it's Miller Lite. They sell it pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. All right. How's everybody feeling? White Sox, Dave, you in particular.
I feel like you guys are getting along a little too well for my liking lately.
It's honestly a little scary.
Yeah, that'll flip eventually, obviously. I will say on the point of Miller Lite, obviously the ad reads over, but walking up to a tailgate with multiple cases of Miller Lite, you're like the king of the castle. Everybody loves you automatically, and that's what we were doing yesterday.
I saw someone on White Sox Twitter just had an absolute trunk full.
And you know what? What is with you, like, creeping around White Sox Twitter so much? Because it's really got my ears, my attention, and you're up to no good.
No. That's just how he is.
I understand.
He creeps around everything.
He's always got his little. He's like a little chemist with a petri dish.
It's not true. I'm congested.
Stakeout guy.
I'm congested today, so please lay off me. I got these smelling salts that someone sent us, and all they do is like go into they protrude my eyeball, and it makes you feel worse.
Breathing through your eyelids?
No, but it's like it's so heavy. Like, wow,
pungent.
Put this on your.
By your eye?
Yeah. Does it get in there for you?
That's not how it works.
No. Yeah, I don't think.
Really, I feel it in my eyeball when I.
I'll take a little hit of that too.
I'll take a little hit.
A little smelling salt. Danny, how are you?
I'm all right. Just another day at the kids' table.
Yeah.
Are you ever going to let him out of there?
We'll see.
Dave, can we address why you chose to ban Eddie from your post-game White Sox Twitter Spaces as long as we're on topic?
Yeah, I mean, you can lay the groundwork here, Ed.
Well, you say we're getting along. Could I have those smelling salts back, please?
Yeah, by all means.
Cap him.
I think you might have a smelling
You got
salt
the cap?
problem.
I don't got the cap.
I got the cap. You said we're getting along great. We really are. We'll see how long it lasts. Probably not long, but at the same time,
when's our next trip?
Yeah, Thursday we had a hiccup. White Sox Dave was doing his spaces after the Sox won the opener, and I'm like waiting with bated breath, and all of a sudden I see that I lose access. I go on maybe Danny's login or I use someone else's login, and I see that Dave banned me.
I don't know if I banned or blocked you or anything. No, I saw you in there. You were snooping around, obviously, because you were recording me, like yourself, on the space. I knew I had to take out the trash, so I saw you, and I didn't even bat an eye before I got rid of you from that space. And there's Big Tom, that big dumb ogre.
Would you have pulled out the phone to record it had he not kicked you out?
No, he's already recording.
No. Ask Danny.
I'm always recording. You never know what's going to happen. Sometimes you get randomly booted from a White Sox post-game Twitter Spaces. You always got to have the phone
I had
on.
to take out the trash. What did you need to be in there for? That was White Sox fans only.
Why couldn't he be in there?
Because it was for White Sox fans only.
I don't know what more you need to know, but I keep telling you, I just like seeing you go about your business.
That's true. He wants the 24-hour Dave cam.
Yeah, like I've requested a 24-hour cam just to see how you operate. What's going on with this thing? Big Tom with a very hearty fuck White Sox thing.
Smelling salts are kind of fucking me up. I feel it in the back of my throat.
Tell him.
You're just a pussy. That's what it is. But it's no hard feelings. I didn't mean to offend you or anything. I just needed to take out the trash because I knew you were up to no good. And that is your fault. You have brought this upon yourself because you are constantly scheming and plotting and have like ill thoughts coursing through your brain. And I didn't want to be a part of it. I didn't want the White Sox fan base to be a part of it, so I got rid of you. And
Is that a permanent ban or is that?
Every single time I see any Chicago account, he's going to have to make a Twitter burner. Any Chicago account, absolutely without question.
Do you call on people?
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to call on Eddie's burner.
I'll block it. I'll have to make a new one. This is not a war I will lose.
Eddie, why do you like going into those
why are you
spaces?
so obsessed with Dave?
What specifically do you like about Dave going about his business in the White
you
Sox
even
world?
said it yourself in the video. You're like, oh, White Sox fans were so happy. Yeah, we didn't need any Cubs fan juju around that happiness. We had that happiness for 12 hours.
Have they won a game since you blocked
Yeah, they
Eddie?
won Sunday.
Okay.
Yesterday was a fucking abortion, but
Subtle words.
it was. But how else would you describe that mess that was yesterday's game, Ed?
Not good. They got fucking their shit rocked. Michael Kopech looked like dog shit.
What was it, the third, fourth inning?
Yeah.
I was in the left field, and every time I would sit down, it was another bomb being launched to us. It was fucking crazy.
But here's the thing. I knew you were in a good mood. So if I got to deal with you at your worst all the time, I feel like I deserve you at your best, too.
That's true.
It's like the opposite.
Oh, Marilyn Monroe.
You don't
Yeah.
get to experience me at my best ever
Why?
because that's not part of the gig.
And I saw Dave. We were at the place earlier, and I was with a girl he knew, and she FaceTimed him, and he was so happy. He was watching the Sox. He was in his couch. He was in a beanie. Do you remember that?
I do remember
Yeah,
that.
he was in a beanie.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I'm saying. I brought it up.
You were on one that day.
Yeah,
though.
I know. But
Yeah, he was up to something. That's exactly what it
It's the
was.
drunkest Eddie's ever been in concert.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
later on, this is at midnight at this point, and it was a school night, as I put it, and Eddie was just blasted out of his skull, just wasted drunk
was
on a
opening
school
day.
night.
It was
It was
opening day.
All right,
What's wrong?
You can. Are we?
I'm saying let's play the video.
What are you doing?
I'm in bed. What's up?
Why are you in bed?
Because it's a fucking Thursday and I'm in bed. What's up?
Say we're supposed to be recording a snake
We're we got snake traps in 8 hours. Dude, wake up.
All right. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Hey, hold on. Wait, hold on. Hey, congrats on the White Sox win.
Is that all you got to say?
No, why'd you pan me, though? For real.
Because you're not a White Sox fan and you don't need to be in.
I didn't ask to speak.
You were up to no good, so I took care of the problem.
How was your night? That's a big win.
You're such a fucking cunt.
What's Danny doing behind the camera?
Yeah, I knew exactly what was going on. I knew Lance and Danny were behind him. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
But that was hard. I did nothing wrong.
Oh, you
That's
didn't
the
do anything.
problem.
But
I
you're
didn't-
fucking with me. I'm gonna fuck you back in the form of banning you. That's how it goes.
He's going to fuck you
He's
back,
gonna
dude.
fuck
If
me
we're-
back. Wait, but all right, you banned me, but give me that. I'd never requested to
No, you
speak.
didn't.
What's wrong with just listening? Just being in the bushes.
Because
and listening?
you weren't just
Who has that
listening. You
hurt
were
ever?
up to something. As I just said, it was like
All right,
you were
what's
recording.
worst case scenario for you in his head, or for
No.
him being in there in your head?
I
What
was
could
on-
he
I was on-
possibly do?
just knowing that he was scheming and plotting without if he would have raised his hand, it would have been a little different, I think. But I
Wait,
knew
you
he was
would've-
just
you
sitting
would've
there
liked that more if
scheming.
I would have tried to get in.
A little more, yeah.
No.
A little
don't
more.
believe that.
But I knew you were out and you were all shit hammered. And I had to take out the trash. It's as simple as that.
It sounds like Eddie might have to start his own post-White Sox game Twitter Spaces.
A
What
dueling
would
one?
you think of that?
Go for it, bitch. Go for it.
I wouldn't do that. But that's spite content, and I don't think that's good for Dave. I don't want to do that with Dave because I want Dave to be happy.
What about just a recap show of the post-game White Sox Twitter Spaces?
You've done that to me before.
Have I?
Yeah,
Fortnite
you should do the
show.
show with Smitty.
Oh, yeah. That Smitty. Yeah, right. Whatever happened to that guy? Just kidding.
You
I
got
haven't
beef
talked.
with Smitty?
No, I just haven't talked to him in a minute. Fast forward from that though, because I had a good weekend White Sox obviously got curb stomped yesterday. American History X style. Obviously, it was bad.
But every fucking brutal comparison.
That's how
we
bad
can.
that
The
was.
chat just wants to remind you that we're live.
I understand it. I have the chat up, actually, if they would like to bombs away on any questions. Just kidding. Ryan said the show that we went to on Saturday was one of the 3 best shows he's ever been to.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Who'd you guys
Which
see?
is wild.
Yeah,
to
who'd
me.
you see?
We saw the Tedeschi Truck Band at the Chicago Theater. First time I'd ever been to the Chicago Theater, by the way. Place is fucking awesome.
So am I an asshole if I don't know who that is?
No.
No.
Do you know who they are?
I do not.
Does anybody else? It's not like an underground band.
It's like you guys don't have parents. It's that kind of thing.
We were probably some of the younger people in the entire
Yeah.
crowd.
Chief just calling us orphans.
But no, it's they're
Dude.
they're insanely popular amongst those who follow them, if that makes sense. They're
Yeah,
never
they
gonna
got a
be
cult-
like-
they got a cult following.
They're never going to be like selling out Soldier Field or anything like that. But
What do you think
they're-
about Dante's? So Dante tweeted that you got denied.
Yeah, so we had obviously been drinking throughout the evening. Being an indoor venue, I didn't know what the smoking rules were, and a guy next to me.
You're not exactly a big smoke weed guy.
I'm not. I never possessed my.
Yeah.
I've never actually possessed my own weed, believe it or not. But the some guy had a joint, and I'm like, hey, you want to toss a little
No,
bit of that?
that's not exactly how it went. Because I was standing directly behind him. And you're
Yeah,
like,
he was-
You're like, hey, chief, ask him for some weed. I had one look at that guy. I think he was there alone. You could tell. I think he was also wearing a COVID mask. That guy's not sharing weed. Like just the
didn't
look,
see it. If
the
he-
look of him. Like he was. There was like a 0% chance he was.
I
Gonna
didn't
give
notice
you
the COVID mask,
So
but
then-
that would have caused me to ask him multiple times if he was doing that just to fuck with him.
So then Dave going in there being, and then you gave, you looked like a fucking narc. You gave him the
Oh, you give him the signal?
signal.
I don't even
The
it
air
happened
joint?
so fast.
Yeah,
It was
the
dark.
air joint. The air joint.
It happened fast, and I just kind of
Might
No,
as well
he
pull out
off
a
a
badge.
little
he
after.
did like a double, triple take. Like I can't believe you just asked me that.
I'm not
And
even
then
a weed guy, but knowing that there's fucking, I know enough that you don't give the air joint.
I didn't know that. It looked hilarious, but I didn't know that you couldn't ask for
That's
it.
that's like
Tom,
saying,
how
you
would
guys
you
on
ask for it
Facebook?
in a concert?
How would I ask for a hit of weed?
Yeah. Would you give the air joint signal?
Yeah, I mean, if I was a few beers deep, I probably would, as
Okay.
a break the ice kind of joke thing. I think it's like a funny enough gesture. Where you
I,
can,
honestly, I was pretty fucked up. Anyways, I'm glad I didn't because I would have been on Mars.
That's actually
I'm a-
why I didn't.
I'm
ask.
a weed lightweight, especially when you combine it with drinking. I wouldn't have been able to enjoy the show. I don't think if I was that fucked up.
Crossfade Dave.
But
How do you ask for that? Let me get that J.
I mean, usually I would bring my own, but I'd probably, in a jokingly manner, just signal pass it to me next, as if nothing happened.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just come prepared.
I feel you.
Dante came prepared.
yeah, Dante came
Oh,
prepared.
he had
so-
some? Well, why
He
didn't you
had-
get it from him?
Well,
He had
he gave a gummy.
Oh,
And
he
I-
didn't have,
yeah,
he
it
didn't have the
was-
smokable kind.
Correct.
Can't be doing gummies at concerts.
He had the edible kind.
I
Why,
did.
Is that a weird?
Yeah, you
move?
could, but you want to smoke something.
I did at Dead & Co. last summer. 3 Chief, shout out them.
Did somebody else? Did somebody not give it to you, or someone?
No, that guy
Oh,
did.
you-
I've ran into that guy at multiple concerts since then. The record store.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
saying you.
He was
ran into the
probably
guy who
there last
denied
night,
you.
honestly. No. The guy, you interviewed him. He was the record
Yeah.
store owner.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah, I like him too.
He gave me
I've
two
ran
records.
into him at 2 other concerts since then. Marcus King, who's same music as Tedeschi Trucks.
You need that guy way more than you thought. He's the only guy who gives you weed at concerts.
Seriously. And he gave us the albums. I like that guy. I forget his name, but that guy's
I
awesome.
said Cleese.
But yeah, it was I'm trying to describe Tedeschi Trucks to someone who wouldn't know them. Like you would probably I knew you would like them. I've showed them to you years
yeah.
and years ago. But
They're like they got a horn section. They
Yeah,
got
2
backup
drummers.
singers. Yeah, they're just like a 12-piece band that do folksy
yeah.
jazz blues. They're sweet.
Like kind of country-ish, kind of jam bandy. There's a ton of Deadheads there. Like a bunch of guys wearing
How'd you know?
They were all wearing the dead
Yeah,
shirts.
that would give it away, I guess. Yeah.
But yeah, awesome time. And then yesterday, I can't wait to talk about the And we got to meet him we took pictures with them. We didn't
Yeah.
converse with them, but got to go backstage into the green room, and they were awesome. Super approachable, very nice people. I loved them all.
You were like starstruck though.
She was the first time. That's the
No,
first
you
time
were
I've been like
starstruck with all of
legit
them.
starstruck in a long time.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
I
you were
fucking loved
starstruck.
their
You were
band.
like,
yeah.
oh, like ask her.
He was
like,
walking
talk to her.
by, and I said something under my breath, and I was like, I'm glad he didn't hear that because that was embarrassing. Do you remember what I said? It was something like
Something embarrassing,
Hey,
I'm
Derek,
sure.
there's
You were
something-
starstruck in Arizona. We saw
Who?
Kenny Williams.
Nah,
A little bit.
no, I wasn't. He walked by he was in the hallway. He walked by our door. I saw him for like out of the corner of my eye for like 5 seconds. You
Call
saw
him
him.
into
You're like,
the
hey,
podcast?
Kenny.
How we doing, Kenny?
Yeah.
How we
He did one
doing?
of those, and he's like, hello.
Yeah, I got him. But good, Dave. I'm sorry that the guy didn't give you weed.
Don't be Ed.
Well,
It was for the better of my evening. Yeah. I can't wait to talk about the funnel, though. Can we talk about the funnel?
Yeah, bring up the funnel. All right, so you went to the game yesterday, White Sox opening day. Like you said, do you have another word to describe how the game went, Dave?
What have I used? It was the
Instead of
bombs
curb
were
stomping
raining
and
down
an
on me.
abortion.
Like I was in eastern Belgium in winter of 1994.
All right, so you were at the tailgate, and there was a contraption. It's basically just a 5-gallon bucket
Yeah.
and a little funnel where
And
you
they
can
like
piss out of.
yeah, with PVC pipes sticking out of it. It was genius. White Sox fans are the trashiest people on earth, and I mean that in the best way possible. I love them all.
Looks like a lot of people are missing the target there, though.
Probably. It had to have been full by the end of the game because once people got wind that it was chilling there,
Now,
lots of people were using it.
did your nugget fit well into that thing?
The nugget didn't touch the.
Oh, no?
No.
I thought you were like.
I wasn't trying to have sex with it. I was trying to.
I
Piss
thought
inside
it's like
it.
a helicopter pad, and you just like lower yourself down.
It
into
looks like a catheter.
Yeah, that's
Just,
not what you do.
Nope. Just open up and let her fly, Ed.
Now, what does he do with this bucket? when
That's
it's
what.
done?
That's the big
That's what
question.
I would
was
love
gonna
to know.
ask.
I would love to know that. Didn't ask.
That's
I'm
probably
sure-
my first question. What are you doing with all this pee?
It seems like
Are you gonna care?
you'd be able to just throw it out every time and make a new one.
I'm sure they just took it to like a little grassy knoll on one of the edges of the park.
It seems
And just
way
dump it out.
too well constructed for them to
Oh, no,
consider this
it's-
as like a throwaway thing. Like that guy's keeping
Oh
that
no,
bucket
he's
of
keeping.
piss.
Yes, he's keeping that 100%.
Yeah. So that.
I got
That's-
White Sox Dave's piss,
I
bro.
mean, that's insane.
So this guy, whoever has the, what's it?
They were in their like 60s. They had no fucking clue who I was.
It's called the funnel.
You think they bring this thing to other events?
I think that's what they called it. Oh yeah, I
I mean,
guarantee it's at Bears tailgates. I bet it's everywhere.
Listen, I love it. It's a necessity, I would say.
But
It's-
the
it's a-
line for the porta potties were like 40 minutes long.
dude.
It was awful, and I was like my bladder was about to just
And
explode.
you got a big bladder.
Dude, people were like, "Oh, he's pee." I was pissing that entire time. I swear to God.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
swear to God.
I would have used this thing too, but you're right though. This guy has to empty it out. I would hope he hopefully he doesn't empty it out on the black.
5 gallons
right?
is a lot of pee.
It's a lot of
a
pee.
lot of pee.
So hopefully he does find a patch of grass to empty it. But still though, he's still bringing that bucket back to his Tahoe to let it just
Maybe
manifest.
he's got some like cleaning supplies back there, some bleach and some like spray bottles and
Fuck
stuff.
no, dude.
Callback
He's just
topic.
throwing that in the back of the truck and he's like, "All right, well, see you guys next week."
Callback topic. If you get caught pissing in the funnel, is it still public urination?
Has
Oh.
to be, right?
You think so?
Maybe.
Your penis is exposed. That's never good.
But that's why I'm saying Dave should have just lowered the nugget down and just concealed it. And
Did-
then that
did a
would have been
squat?
fine. Yes.
Was that like one of those straws where you could adjust the head, or you just got to aim for
No,
that?
you just gotta aim.
You know how many people are like don't know how it works, so they're just sticking their nugget right into that thing,
And the
like how
funny-
people mouth a water
Yeah,
fountain.
for
The
sure.
funny thing about it is, it was a woman who old enough to be my mother, who showed it to me.
Do they take the lid
Yeah,
off for
because
women?
I was just like talking. I'm like, man, I gotta piss, and she like overheard it, and she's like, hey, if you need to go, like, follow me.
We got a funnel.
How would that work, Hannah? Would you would have to lower down after that, right? You
Hannah
wouldn't be
doesn't
able
have a
to-
mic, I don't believe.
Yeah, but squat. She said squat.
At that point, is it better than just peeing on a lawn?
Probably not.
Isn't there a contraption that a woman could use to like piss into a urinal? Isn't there? Can you Google that, Lance?
Yeah,
There is. Yeah, there is something where she could like.
You want him to Google that
Well,
foot
yeah,
on a
stand.
live show?
yeah. I would
Yeah.
like him to. Yeah. Well, if you
safe
want-
search on Lance.
That mic. Oh, pick up that mic on the floor. It works. You could stay over there, but it's like, yeah. Look at that. It's like a women's outdoor pee product.
Yeah, that's gross.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop watching the screen now because that makes me sick to my stomach.
Why?
Fuck, that's nasty.
Have you ever used one of these?
No,
That's
I just scurry out really fast.
Look at that thing, dude.
You can't look at that thing, but you could look
I mean,
right
it's-
into the funnel.
It's like the same. Guys can pee in it the same. You know, when like guys sit down on the toilet to pee when they're drunk.
So it's like the same thing.
It's just like a lot of safety for you guys, I feel like.
I'm definitely not sitting down peeing when I'm drunk.
Huh.
I don't want mysterious liquid
No.
Yeah, no.
on my cheeks.
I've
No
said
one
it
sits
before,
down
though.
when they
Okay.
pee. Come on.
Yeah, when you're
No,
at home, maybe.
Sometimes
but
at
drunk.
home, sure. Yeah,
No
but not
way.
when I'm out.
I don't want to.
This is
shower.
probably like this.
Look, I'm
is-
not using this. Can I clarify that? I'm not using this.
Would you rather pee your pants?
No, I'd use it. Yeah, I don't want to piss myself. That's so embarrassing.
I mean, really, there's no reason for a girl to use this, though. Right?
Unless
they just wanted to stand while they pee. Correct?
okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's all right. We could move on.
Okay.
We
covered it.
Yeah, we covered it all. But no, I agree. We had a lot of problems at Wrigley. We went to the game, and it's like they're not ready for this.
I think that's a lot of what it is. Is early in the year, it seems like it's always this, and then throughout the year they figure out their shit.
Yeah, they don't have the college kids back yet and shit like that.
But
I
don't you
assume.
think like how many years has Wrigley been open? 106 now
Yeah,
or something?
you'd
Like
think they
should,
know.
You should have that kind of fucking dialed in.
There was no beer guys. The
Nope.
concourses were fucking.
I think they're
asses
still
to
struggling for
elbows.
employment
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm just.
because it's
I'll complain.
Ever since
That
they
was-
lost Ligma, they're struggling for employment.
Yeah.
They got rid of
This
Ligma.
was it was fine when Ligma was still working there. That's
He
all.
died in vain.
Have you talked to Ligma at all?
I did. Yeah, I tried to get him back for episode 1,000, and he's like,
I've already been fired once because you were assholes, but so not trying to go number 2.
he said that he's moved on. He said he appreciated the invite. He's like, I hope you know though I don't miss a single episode.
That's nice.
Just it's congratulations. I was like, thank you. Like,
I regret nothing.
very nice of you.
Ligma ballsack. What a man. What he'll be in Barstool Chicago lore if we do this 20 years down the road. We'll
For
be
sure.
talking about Ligma.
Like my ball sack, and the feud with the Cubs.
Speaking of which, Dante just wrote a blog. Wrigley has these beer bats now, and it could potentially kill the cup snake, which we have a close relationship with.
Oh, is that what they said? Someone told me the beer bats are only one beer though, and they're $30. If that's the case, we're getting hosed.
It says it's
he said
26
26 ounces. Some guy,
Yeah, it looks pretty big.
a friend.
Yeah,
I
no,
had-
they're
I wouldn't want
big.
to carry that.
Absurd
not
thing to
wanna carry
carry.
it?
No.
Why not?
You can't put it down.
Yeah. How
Do
you
you need
supposed
to?
to like?
I think it might fit in a cup holder.
No way. It doesn't have a flat
There's no
surface.
yeah, it's a
But
baseball bat.
the
at end.
cup holder has a hole in the bottom.
That
You can slide like most of the bat through the
I
cup
don't think
holder.
you
No
can.
way.
What are you talking about,
yeah,
young
that's,
man?
No, you guys are. You
you think there's
are
a
the
big
stupid
enough
ones.
circle in a cup holder to fit
Yeah,
that
for the
bottom
bottom?
part?
Look how narrow that is.
No,
It's like,
look at the circle at the bottom. That's
There's
not
that-
all right, you know what?
baseball-
I'll go next home game and I'll try this out.
All right.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
I'll-
think
I'll
you
research
are
it.
outside of your mind,
Dude, that's
young man.
lunacy to say that you could put that. In a
Yeah,
cup
that's
holder.
that's lunacy, is what it is.
No, I think that might fit. I think it might fit.
I
through.
think that
I
you
think
know-
I think that thing is like that, and I think the cup holder is just a little bit bigger, and I hole in the cup holder.
I
is a little
think
bit
you
bigger.
know that you're wrong, and you're being stubborn about it.
I don't. I really don't. I was just there on Sunday
There
too.
is. Can we
I will
dinner?
try it out,
We'll
and
bet
I
dinner
will
on it.
apologize. What do you want to bet on it?
dinner or something?
Or
I mean,
some.
dinners
That's
with
it.
you, like this guy. We had we went to Chicago Cut, and he tried to commandeer the menu again for appetizers. Give me those oysters. Like no, like why don't
I
we?
like
we got, We
oysters.
got 5
What's-
other people at this table.
What is wrong with
my,
oysters
My
at a-
buddy's mom was randomly there, deathly allergic to shellfish. She could have died. You were
I've
gonna
never
kill
met
her.
this woman. How am I supposed to?
Well,
know
if you commandeer the menu, if you just go,
we got the
unilateral-
lobster's cargo that you love so much.
you-
Is
We
that
kept
not
it away from
shellfish?
her.
Dave,
there.
Dave, you can't commandeer the menu unless if you know what you're doing. You can't just
That
commandeer
is-
the menu because you want to get something and fire it in before anyone says no.
But I also feel like there
That's a crazy
there
move.
are
It's-
people who are like awesome in that role who are like, we're gonna do these 4 things, and they just like Large. Like if you went out to dinner with Large is like the best guy to curate a menu, and you
best.
just let him drive. You are
him
not
cook.
Large.
Why do
You are not
you
large.
like if you guys are the only
Small.
ones at the table or the rest of the table doesn't like oysters? Why does it matter if I want to get oysters? I'll eat all the oysters. I don't understand this. This is craziness to me. It's craziness. And Danny, You like the oysters.
I like oysters. They're saying you order for the table when half the table didn't like oysters.
Then get more. Get
Well,
what you want.
if you phrase it like that, you're getting it for yourself, yeah.
But-
But I think they were under a different impression.
Dave, you legitimately said you were going to say it to the waitress before anyone heard you. So
That
nobody
was in
said no.
Milwaukee.
Yes.
That was in Milwaukee. You did
Yes.
that. Yeah.
I was going.
You were trying to do the large thing.
No, I wasn't. I wanted oysters personally. If someone else wants oysters, dig in, have at them. That doesn't mean we have to only get oysters. What are we talking about?
But I think if we have a table for 6 or 8 and we're ordering 3 appetizers and one guy is eating all of the one appetizer.
Why do we have to limit the amount of appetizers?
Yeah, the grilled
grilled
octopus.
octopus
Then he
was-
pivoted to that.
That was good though. Grilled octopus was good. That was a large move.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
You just love oysters.
I like oysters, and
I
never.
think
No,
you,
you love
I
oysters.
think you like ordering oysters more than you like eating oysters.
No, I love
think you like to
oysters
order them.
because I love the sauces you put on them. I don't like the texture still, but like I gunk them up with all the shit that they give you with the oysters, and I
So-
enjoy them, and they don't fill you up, so you can go and get that big ass steak that Dante couldn't believe we finished.
So then if
Yeah,
that's
that was
if,
crazy.
if
Yeah,
that's
that was
the
also
same
crazy.
thing.
if that's the case, then Dave, if you're like whatever, order what you want. So then say if Chief got calamari and Danny got name an appetizer.
Anchovies.
I do feel like in
Now,
that
would you
setting,
be- would you-
appetizers are more family style.
Yeah. So then
So if one guy is like, I'm getting oysters, and you're like, I'm going to eat all of them because that's the thing that I
I
want,
would-
then it's
but-
like, all right.
I just assume people like oysters. Typically, people do. Every other time I'm out, people enjoy oysters.
I think they're fine, but I think there's
they're
usually
fine too. I don't mind them.
3
but
or
I-
4 things better than
Correct.
that. On
Agreed.
the,
Agreed.
and like that.
So then
bacon.
what if there was that? There's like I'm in calamari and it's like, oh no, this is for
This
me.
is me.
What would you?
I
think
would have
about that
never.
one?
No,
Never
if,
done-
if
Oh.
you and like then you went to, hey, let me have some of that calamari, and he was like, no, because I didn't want any
That'd be a
oysters.
weirdo move. But I wasn't saying that. I'm saying, hey, let's get an order of oysters.
Right.
Obviously, I didn't know about the shellfish allergy when I said that, and once I discovered that, I'm like, oh, gets whatever else.
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened there? He ordered. There's someone actually had a shellfish allergy at your
Yeah.
table, and then did you stop it before it came?
Yes.
That's
Yeah, but we did
classic.
get the lobster cargo, and she got the tuna tartare, and we I don't know, we had bacon, we had a few things, but it was just like
Best
if
thing I've ever had in my life.
yeah, the thick cut bacon. But it was one of those things where it's like, all right, well, we can't have if she's deathly allergic to shellfish,
Yeah, obviously.
then we can't do 2 shellfish items.
That'd be
Yes.
amazing. I mean, not for her, but
Yeah.
just, I got a surprise for everyone. She starts swollen up
Boom,
immediately.
East Coast, West Coast.
Now, is this going to change your approach, knowing that people have these
Next
allergies?
time we're at a nice dinner together, I'm going for the oysters. I'm going 100% of the time. If you want them, dig in. If not, I'll eat them all.
Now
probably.
this sounds like spite oysters, though.
It might turn into that for sure. It might turn into spite oysters.
All right, then if me, Danny, and Chief want the calamari, we're not giving that to you.
I'm not saying you can't eat the
I
oysters.
understand, but we don't want your shit. Then it's like, well, all right. If you
Yeah,
get
there
your
should be a
thing-
consensus on
That's-
the
that's
item.
I.
If you're family style for appetizers.
But
You
me
can't have a
ordering
solo
oyster-
item and then participate in the family.
Correct.
Me ordering
Correct.
oysters shouldn't have any bearing on what else is ordered. Is what I'm saying.
Does this
Like
change?
my whole thing is when you're doing a nice dinner like that, I throw money out the window. Like I don't care about what the final bill is,
Yeah.
so just get things because you're gonna want to try a lot of things.
But Dave, your point is, all right, if you get 3 appetizers, if you're getting one that only you like, then you're already you still need 3. Does
Get
that make sense?
4 then.
Here, I'll
Get
do
3 on top of the oysters.
Baby
What's wrong
table,
with me liking
baby table
oysters?
breakdown, real quick. I think everyone was assuming that usually you get maybe 3-4 appetizers, right? And then so Eddie and Chief are thinking, well, we just wasted one of our appetizers or something we don't like.
Correct.
Whereas
not-
Dave is like, there should be no limit for
Yeah,
appetizers.
should
get
be
whatever
no-
you
That's the
want.
disconnect.
Why are you limiting what you get because I got something that I wanted to enjoy?
Okay.
That's how I think of it. It's like get anything.
But do you
get the
agree that
entire menu.
if you get one thing, then you have to be barred from eating
I
one of the
no,
rest
I
of the
disagree
family?
with that.
So you gotta
and
have 4 appetizers.
And you know what? Should we have paid for that tab? I would have.
Shout out Dave's
I-
mom. We never pay.
Would you dine and dash?
No,
Yeah,
no,
we did.
We don't.
Should we have paid for that? I would have had absolutely no problem taking all the oysters on my check or on my tab. Mm-hmm. I would have had, and you
No,
know,
you're
that-
you're generous
but
about the
that's
bill.
never going to happen.
Yeah, they're not going to be
Yeah,
like,
they're
oh,
not- that's
by the
never gonna
way.
happen.
Yeah, but he would do it Venmo afterwards. I believe that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but the point is like you're never going to follow through on that. You know?
On him paying like on the side.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would.
I think he would.
Absolutely.
I think he would.
No. He would follow through, but you're never going to shag it down from him, is what I'm saying.
That's definitely true.
Yeah.
That's also true, but I wouldn't let him say no to that. Like,
Sure.
But then it's like you're the asshole for Venmo requesting $25.
Yeah, but I do think that, especially now that we've had this conversation, the next time we have a nice dinner out, Dave will spite order the oysters, and then
it's
we'll
coming every
spite.
time.
We'll
I could be
spite
at fucking
pay for them.
Burger King and start ordering.
Now, did you
oysters
do
now.
this to Gary Sheffield Jr.? That's
No.
You gotta ask.
We did get oysters though, in the whole. We did, but
This
he,
guy
him,
loves
and his
oysters.
fiance. I
feel
like them as an appetizer because they do not fill you up, and then you can get that big ass fucking steak. Like the other stuff we had, all delicious. Obviously, the lobster's cargo. What was that? It was like a potato.
That was a
layered-
side. That was
yeah.
a scallop potato.
The scalloped potatoes,
Yeah.
those can fill you up a little bit.
We're still on
especially the
appetizers.
potatoes,
Let's not
'cause
bring sides
They're
into this.
starchy and they fill you up.
Yeah.
Oysters don't do that.
Yeah.
Thus
It was
concludes
tuna
oyster
tartare
group.
and the
that's-
bacon.
Talking oysters, the bacon. I don't think I ever had the bacon there. It was
It's awesome.
unfucking believably good.
That thick cut bacon.
That's Talking Oysters. Hey, ChevyDriveChicago.com. You all saw your favorite Chevys last month at the auto show. Now it's time to drive a new Chevy home. ChevyDriveChicago.com makes it easy for you to shop the showroom and see every detail on every model. You can also build and price your dream ride and find your local dealer with a simple click. Shop, click, and drive at ChevyDriveChicago.com. Listen, they got the Blazer, they got the Traverse, they got the Equinox, they got the Silverado, they got them all.
Yeah.
The Chevy Trax, that was nice. We
Yeah, I
saw
like the
that.
tracks. I like the
Trax
tracks.
was nice. Go check out the whole fleet.
Mm-hmm.
ChevyDriveChicago.com. You could just type in your area code, and it will point you to your local dealer here.
Yeah,
in
and you can get
Chicago.
routine maintenance done and all that. Tires. I need to get
A side
tires
mirror.
now, so I'm going to be going to Chevy.
Okay. So,
And for the record, are we done with the ad?
not yet, but we will be in a second. Shop, click, and drive at ChevyDriveChicago.com. You want to talk about how someone is you're getting
Someone's
screwed?
starting to duck me.
All right.
Who's
explain.
ducking you?
Oh, great.
Chevy?
Nope, not Chevy. I'm not going to call him. I texted him. I called him yesterday. Texted him again this morning.
Smitty?
No. Well, he's just a buffoon. Fuck him. Just kidding. No, the guy who hit my mirror.
Oh.
He's on the lem right now. Yeah. He's on the lem.
What do you
So
do
I
about it? You
got
sick
it.
Danny on him.
Well, Danny's the one. Danny
he was afraid
actually
of Danny.
Pissed.
Yeah.
Danny was pissed at the guy. Appreciate that, Danny.
That was the
very
Danimal.
loyal. I knew the moment it happened that I would end up. I got it quoted early. It's gonna be $600, give or take a few bucks. But he's ducking me, and I'm like,
So for people that don't know, it was in our stool scenes a couple weeks ago. Dave got his side mirror ripped off by a construction worker in our building.
Very easily could have been Pat Bev.
Yeah, could have been Pat Bev, true. He got it ripped off. A guy wasn't supposed to be parked there. He was parked in our spot. Credit to him, he did fess up to it. He came in. He said, hey, I knocked it off. Let me take care of it. But now, like Dave said, he's not in contact.
it's still just hanging by the fucking power cords.
Yeah, you
Like
don't.
that.
You can't say credit to him if he fessed up and then didn't do anything about it.
Not good for swerve stocks.
Yeah. So, I mean, initially, credit to him.
Yeah,
Now,
but now it's worse.
the goodwill's out. And it wasn't he trying to be like, yo, I saw the part, it's $100.
Yeah, he wanted to like put it back on himself. I'm like, and this is like right as it happened. He's like, I'm like, this is gonna be probably $1,000 fix. That was my just ballpark guess in my head. I don't know shit about cars,
Labor
but
costs and shit.
I just know it's always way more than you think. So that was the number I put on it. But I'm like, dude, this is not gonna be $100. This is gonna be like $1,000. I'm guessing. He's like, no, here, and he sent me an Amazon link to like my make and model's
Side mirror.
yeah, and it was like $100. I'm like, dude, I don't know how to put this on. You don't know how to put this on. Like, this isn't gonna be $100 fix.
That's an
so he gave
absurd
me his
thing to
insurance
say.
info. They won't fucking answer the phone. I'll be sitting on hold for like an hour. Finally get someone. I finally got someone on Friday morning, and as soon as I got him, they're like, he's got to either file a police report, or you got to file a police report, or he's got to call us and fess up to it. And that's when he started ducking me. So,
Good thing we have a
Will
bi-weekly
you-
reality show to prove it.
Will you file a police report?
no.
Oh, you're not going to? You're just gonna eat the 400 bucks?
I knew the moment it happened that I would.
No, we're not going to eat that.
No, dude. What an asshole.
I'm going to call his manager, whoever hired him.
Yeah, dude. That's like a crazy move.
I don't think because I know I'm not trying to say this like a fucking like evil person or anything, but I know where he lives because I have his insurance info. He lives out in Aurora. So, I mean, Aurora's a 200,000 person city.
Have him
Go
meet
ahead
you at
and try
Al's.
I might have to. I'm going to be at Aurora Friday.
Wait,
Actually,
wait.
we'll promo that.
Yes.
We will be at Aurora. Oh, I'll be at Aurora Friday for the White Sox game. Come swing through.
So, now, would you give me his address?
For a shakedown?
Just like
Stakeout.
Stakeout, do a couple rounds, see what he's got working.
I'll give you
see
his
what he's
address,
working
yeah.
with. Okay. All right. We're getting places. Now I'm more intrigued to go to Aurora.
We're not going to do that.
Eddie's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to come out for Aurora for this, and he's just going to follow you home and interview your dad. That's what he really wants. That's the end game.
No, I would love to Chris Hansen this guy and be like, as soon as he walks out, I just like pop up from wherever I am, like hiding, and just be like, you know what you did.
Just crawl up in the Tesla, which makes no noise.
White Sox Dave's side mirror.
I believe you owe my buddy Amir.
Yeah. Imagine how rattled he'd be. Like, that's how, like, you rush the camera, like Joey Greco from Cheaters. You just fucking rush him with the cameras.
Did you interview him a while back?
I interviewed the creator.
Well, how many non-replied tos have you got?
It's been 2 texts and a call.
Send him a third text right now.
Yeah, call him. Try calling him.
Say, hey, you're live.
We'll get to that in a moment. I'm not going to call him on air because
legalities.
You're worried about him?
No, I'm not worried about him. I don't want to fuck with this guy.
Sure.
But 2 things from yesterday from the White Sox game. I met.
As long as we're on topic.
No, this is on the topic a little bit.
Yes, Dave.
While we're on the topic of car
I
mirrors.
challenged a guy to come meet me in the parking lot to fist fight him.
Why?
At the White Sox game?
Yeah. He's just this fucking asshole who fucks with us like constantly. So finally I started darting back and I'm like, come find me in the parking lot, bitch. A bunch of his friends came up to me throughout the course of the day, probably about 5 of them. And they're like, dude, this guy's such a, like, he's never going to do that. He's a pussy. Like, don't worry about him. He's on our 16-inch team. He can't even hit the ball out of the infield, like shit like that. Some guy DM'd me his number, and I wanted to prank call him on air today. Is that, what
like,
kind of legalities are we working
Maybe,
with?
we'll save it for the Thursday show.
Yeah.
Just to check. Okay, that's a better idea, actually.
Yeah, fuck, I won't be here, though.
But this is like to catch a troll, though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's
Well,
inbounds.
what was he saying to you at the game that made you go off? Or was it just pure internet and then you saw him at the game?
No, I've never seen the guy.
So,
Oh,
but what? Yeah, but what was like the needle in that got under your skin?
Like snitch tagging bosses and shit like
Like,
that.
oh,
the
Dave's
standard.
at opening day not working.
Yeah, shit like that. But he's been doing this for legit years.
Were
And
you
he's,
gonna-
he's a fucking asshole.
Were you going to do gut punch for gut punch round 2?
So, moving forward, I saw that guy yesterday. We laughed about last year's gut punch off, which I lost. You can chalk that up to an L in the
White Sox Dave challenge.
Yeah.
Unofficial L. Astrocell.
But yeah, he came up to me. We laughed and we took a shot. No punches were thrown, but had a good
always
laugh
good.
over that. It was fun running into my
gut
people.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I love how that's like
Yeah.
one of your guys now.
He is.
Yeah.
Shout out Tyler.
He is.
I'm trying to
Do you?
find out who it
Because
was.
you've said I thought you were like friends with him.
I know him.
You okay? Ed said he doesn't know him, but
I know him, but I didn't know I knew him until after that happened. He was just like on my college floor.
Gotcha.
Very random.
Nice guy.
Besides the gut punches, pretty nice guy.
No, but that is like that to Dave is a nice guy. Like,
Yeah.
you
yeah.
You're like you've obliged the duel, and then
we
you
dap it up,
Right.
Or whatever
Yeah.
the kids say these days.
yeah. I don't think it's that.
Can't find this guy. I mean, that's not a rare move for you to challenge the people. in
That's
fights.
kind of rare.
Nah.
When was the last time
I'd
you
say
did
it's
that?
biannual, every 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say challenging someone on Twitter to a fight.
It's
2
not that I'm
times a
challenging
year
to
is-
a fight. I'm saying it's more. I'm not gonna hit anybody. Fuck that. I'm a bitch. It's more that I would love them just once to say it to your face. And if he did, I'd have a little newfound respect for him. What do you want
I
him
would
to do?
agree with that.
We
You
should
know?
start incorporating these trolls into the White Sox Dave challenge. I mean,
No,
that'll
we're
that'll
not,
make you
We're
wanna
not giving
win.
them.
We'll blur their
any-
face out.
No, we're not giving them any light. This guy
I mean-
says shit to all you guys too, because I went and did some digging, so you guys wouldn't like him either if you notice him. But he's just a Fucking asshole.
I'm rubber, you're glue, bro. Gets him every time. All right, so to be continued to next White Sox game. You think he's going to show up to Aurora?
No.
You're going to have him, the guy who knocked your mirror off. I'm going to have to be defending Dave.
It's amazing to me that I'm on the ban list twice, and I never knocked your mirror off. I never trolled you on the internet that much.
You clap for Dylan Cease. That wasn't allowed. That was against the rules. That was a Cusack move, if we're being honest.
So Chief is not allowed at White Sox Park.
Not unless I invite him personally.
Am I? I'm allowed. I'm not on the ban list.
You are allowed, but
Thank you.
Wait a second.
if you, next time you go, know that I will have a close eye.
Okay.
Why is I feel like he should be on the ban list?
I actually kind of retired it last year because
No one cared.
no, it wasn't that nobody cared. It's that like they deserved all the shit talking they got.
So Oprah can root for the White Sox again?
No, they're still not allowed to. I'm just not adding any. It's not accepting new members right
Okay.
now. We'll see in a month or so what they're looking like.
When will you be accepting new members? When they get good again, like you said? So
In a month. I'm
But
gonna
you
reassess.
started banning people when they were bad.
Yeah, it was more like they
Like,
were
you're
quitting
not
on
allowed-
these guys like
yeah, you're not
when they were
allowed to root for
22
them.
years old.
Yeah.
yeah, or is the people who would shit on like the sale trade?
Yeah,
was
immediately.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
It's like
big-
they never fucking won with them. What were you supposed to do?
Yeah. Did you guys watch the national championship yesterday?
Not a single fucking play.
I watched the
Really?
entire first half. I was going back and forth the end of the Cubs game and then the first half of that game.
What a snoozer that was, huh?
It was like
I didn't watch any of the Final Four even.
I think like
Oh, really? Well, you were
really?
at the concert.
yeah.
Concert and
Yeah.
then Sox yesterday, yeah.
There's no star power. Like the women's game has more star power than the men's
The women's game was awesome,
Yeah.
and they were not. It was a blowout. It's hard to make a blowout good. That was a good blowout.
Lance had a future on South Carolina, so I kind of felt for him there. Was Lance over there?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was tough.
South
But,
Carolina
you know,
women.
Yeah, he made it like months ago, he said.
Yeah, I had a huge future on South Carolina. My girlfriend actually gives me locks, like right at the beginning of the season, like they're gonna win it, and I throw a future. She's hot, but
Really?
South Carolina took the L.
What
Shout
were-
out Caitlin Clark.
What were the odds in South Carolina?
I had it at plus 750 at like the base of the beginning of the season, but they were the favorite pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. They've been a powerhouse for a while, I feel like, South Carolina.
They're very good.
Has UConn dipped for women's? I feel like they were
I know
nowhere.
Paige Bucher's tore ACL, so she was out this year.
Okay.
But it always is weird when UConn's not
Yeah.
involved, for sure.
Yeah.
But that game was nuts. You guys didn't watch that either, I assume?
The women's game?
Yeah.
No. It was I think that was when I was out. That
It
was,
was Sunday.
I went to the Cubs game
That
that
was
day.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not hoops, guys.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of we've discussed that. Like I'm kind of
You're out.
I'm down on college hoops big time. There's no stars. There's like
I think it's cool like this,
Caitlin
man.
Clark's a
except
fucking star.
except for her. That's
And
what.
then obviously Angel Reese is taking over the fucking
Yeah.
internet.
What do you think
That's
of that?
the LSU girl, right?
I think I'm stunned that Dave died on that hill. I'm stunned that he died on that hill.
Yeah, it's a weird hill
Stunned.
to die on, but I don't think he's wrong though either. She went way harder about it at the end of the game, up 15, like chased her down the floor. Like it
Sure.
was way worse than the.
Agreed.
Yeah,
But it's good. It's good for
People are talking
publicity.
about it.
People are
Fuck
talking
yeah.
about it. It's good
yeah,
for the game.
yeah.
You know.
That
But
drew
then,
me-
but like that, if everyone just agreed that it was cool, then it's not talked about that much anymore.
Sure.
So Dave,
No, probably still is. That her doing that was all over.
I
the
feel
place.
like the reaction to it was a bigger story than the actual thing she did.
I disagree with that. But because it literally was over, everyone was memeing it, and everyone was like congratulating her and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
He did explain it on the rundown, and I understood more where he was coming from. But in the moment, I was like, whoa, this is like someone who
Yeah.
Dave I feel like would love.
Yeah, and I feel like that when you see the side by side, it makes it much more drastic. But yeah, like I don't mind the shit talking there either.
No,
It's just
what? Yeah, what are we talking about?
So you don't think she's a classless piece of shit?
no, I don't. But I do think I understand what Dave was saying. I just don't like even if you. I don't know. See, I always like the villains too. So like I don't mind that. Even you could say it makes you classless, but I think it's actually like a good thing. It makes it more
Trash
entertaining.
talk? Fuck that. Give me all the trash talk. Give me
Which one
all
is this?
of it.
This is
This is
Oh,
like
that's
the
the same
side by
one?
side.
okay.
Yeah, because he's right about that. It is not the same thing. It is
No,
not
and
the same thing.
I mean, yeah, and of course I didn't see, and I don't think Caitlin's even responded or I didn't see anything.
She said she did have a post game. She's like, I wasn't aware of it. Like, I was just focused on spending the last few minutes on the floor with my teammates. Like, all
Oh,
that
she
kind
was
of-
aware of it. There's
Just
no
telling you
way.
what
Yeah,
she said. That
fucking
was
chance
that was
she
her
didn't.
that was her quote.
for sure.
But that was immediately afterwards.
Yeah, because she didn't react
Yeah.
or nothing. But at the same time, I don't know.
Do you remember the women's
She's senior?
national team?
No,
Soccer?
they're both coming back.
Okay, I like
That's why
that.
it's awesome.
Do they have like
It's
a
very
rivalry
good.
Can
already?
we? I feel like
Huh?
now
No.
we should throw like the classic here, our like November tournament that they did for basketball. We should do a women's one too, and get those two teams in there.
Sure, yeah. And then
would
Paige
be
is coming
sick.
back next year. She's a great
Okay.
blue chipper. There's actually like the women's game is so fascinating.
Seems like you follow it more than I thought.
Well, it's just all through. I mean, and that's the thing where I understand. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe some of the perspective where she was coming from was like everyone's only talking about Caitlin.
Yeah.
Because that's how I got into it. I was watching it in the Sweet 16, and she was just so good.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, I was fucking SEC Player of the Year." Like she was really good as well.
Yeah.
And I think she was just like, "Hey, like there's other people on the circuit than her."
Yeah, that is one of those things. Well, I mean, Caitlin Clark was just a human highlight reel, though. Like that.
Clark.
What did I say?
Carter,
I said Clark.
did you?
Meant to say
don't
it.
know. Sorry.
But I think she just had better highlights. I think that's all there is to it.
Well, yeah, they play two different games. One's
Yeah.
a guard, one plays down low.
Yeah.
Danny, any thoughts?
You guys pretty much took all the words out of my mouth.
Thank you, thank you. Besides that, I don't even know what more you guys want me to say on this parking fiasco.
You versus Pat Bev.
Yeah, I got absolutely slandered to shit.
It was slanderous.
It was. You were
Yeah.
in the car with me.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I did botch the park job, but there was so much going on back there. This guy's got a Rolls Royce that
My problem with it is he didn't even attempt to park the car himself. There was an empty slot there. He could have tried to back in. It would have been a tight squeeze for the Rolls SUV, but there was a parking spot open for him, and he's calling you the bad park guy?
Yeah.
He just parked illegally.
Explain that. How did that car that was next to his move?
So yet another construction worker was parked in one of our spots. I jumped out of your car, ran upstairs because I saw Pat waiting to park too. Told the guy to move his car. He did. Pat kind of gave it to the guy too. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing parking there? It says Barstool." So I don't think that guy will be back.
So here is where the plot thickens.
So this guy,
I like that out of Pat Bev.
Danny's got it out for these guys upstairs.
Yeah, Danny
it's-
hates
I mean,
him.
it's not that hard not.
At this point,
it's
yeah,
literally
justified
it's
for
literally
sure.
labeled. Like
Yeah.
there's no excuse, whatever. And then after that guy moved, Pat promptly backed into the middle of both our spots. So that's where it gets a little gray because
No, I think it gets gray before that. There was a spot for him. Why didn't he go into that one?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He could have parked next to that other
Yeah.
van.
That's true. It all happened so quick. We had a delivery truck coming towards us, so I just hopped out to try to assess the situation. And it kind of looked like he might have been waiting for those cars to pass. I'm not sure. We showed up a little too late.
I don't know.
Well,
That's
we'll
where
have to
it
get.
thickens.
You think
What would a park off look like?
I think you just do a straight up parallel park, right?
it's going to be like driver's ed where you have to turn the wheel one way if you're parking uphill. We're going to go back to all that.
No, I don't remember that shit. We don't have hills in here.
Yeah, I know.
We
So I
got
never
we
did
got to
that.
get like some kind of driver's ed teacher in the city to like
should
sit
do that.
shotgun and grade you guys.
To
If you know a
grade it, yeah.
driver's ed teacher, which
We
I
gotta
think
get
is
Pat
usually
to
just
agree
like a gym
first.
teacher.
He's
Yeah,
a
but
busy man.
if he doesn't agree, it's an L.
All right, I'll take that.
I could maybe use my DMV hookup for you guys to take the driving tests.
That would,
That
be
would be
nice.
hilarious.
That would be great.
We
And
like that.
I'm
actually,
sure-
let me
I'm sure
know when
Pat
you
would
guys
do
do
it.
that because I need
Yeah,
my
I need a
license
new
has
license too,
been
so
expired
I would
for,
love
like,
to do that.
6 months.
And we have to
Kill two
drive the
birds with
same
one
vehicle.
stone.
So if we got to use the Rolls Royce, I won't complain.
Okay.
Just
Fair.
saying.
Has
Thanks.
he ever
Nice to-
driven a
yeah.
Rolls?
Eddie, I think that's a big mistake by you.
Why?
We've seen that you struggle with gas-powered cars now.
Yeah, that's true.
You have one pitch. It's the Tesla. You got to just stick with that.
No, I could go back.
You want to change cars in the park off? No.
You're switching bats there. Going
Yeah,
moving
that's
them to
crazy.
wood.
That's crazy.
What do you mean? I drove a gas car for 13 years.
I was with you in Arizona. You were struggling.
More than 13.
You were struggling with a gas car in Arizona. You were. Just you can admit it. Not as bad
It's
as he
a
was
change
struggling.
up.
Yeah.
It's a change
Wait,
up for
these things
sure.
don't park themselves?
See, everyone was just saying that to me.
I thought that was the thing with
No,
Teslas. I
they-
thought you could just press a button. I feel like I've seen it on maybe it's a different car.
Maybe if you buy the self-driving, I didn't buy that.
Dude, somebody was telling me, I think it was think it was Cal that he got one, and he's like, you can like summon it to your front, like to wherever
Oh
you
yeah,
are.
if you have the self-driving.
Yeah. Like
if
so if you're in a restaurant, you're like, and you park, you're at the shopping mall or whatever, and you're like way far away, you can like hit a button and the car will like come.
Whistle for the dog.
Yeah.
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 That's
the thing.
amazing.
You don't
I
have
don't
that?
have that. Yeah.
Okay.
No. That extra pack, that was like an extra 10G or something like
Yeah,
that. I was
that's-
like, I'm
that's-
okay.
yeah.
I'll walk to my You know, that's okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What's the ultimate test? You guys are on a busy street, cars behind you, you got a parallel.
Now that's a fucking tough test for sure.
Yeah.
But that's also has outside factors. If someone doesn't, you know, there's a lot of moving and shaking there.
So you want it to be like a control. It's like, this is the spot.
Yeah, I think that's the purest form, right?
Yeah.
Same spot, same block, not that much busy traffic where people are going to be fucking with you. Like, you know.
What kind of bells and whistles do you think his car has?
Oh, dude, his thing fucking probably is a ball massager that comes out and massages balls, right?
That's what I mean.
A Rolls
Like,
Royce, dude.
I feel like the Rolls probably has a button press for parallel
Oh,
parking.
for sure. It's got
Yeah.
a Bluetooth fucking.
Bluetooth.
You name
the
it.
Nissan's got a Bluetooth.
Well, I'm just saying, like this thing's got a Bluetooth
You just
ball
went with
massager.
the highest technology you could think of in that moment.
Yeah,
it
it was Bluetooth.
That thing's got Neuralink. That
there
thing
you go.
tells him like what.
Yeah.
Like he pops the chip in and he's like,
It's
oh,
got
here's
Chat
what-
GPT.
Yeah, here's
Yeah.
what Zach Levine's thinking tonight.
Yeah.
That's what he's got everything on there for sure, for sure. I do in a different world. I am going to the Masters tomorrow. So
I'm not a golf guy. That's something I've always wanted to do. It just looks fucking so cool.
yeah. I'm not a golf guy either, but I couldn't pass it up.
No.
Yeah, you got it.
I couldn't pass it up.
It's hard to get.
You said
passes.
you've been, right?
Yeah, my dad's company when I was in high school, they did a lot of dealings with Coca-Cola. So Coke, being a Georgia company not far from there, from Augusta, they always had like a hookup. So he like picked me up at school one day and went down for like the Thursday day. And it was sweet. But I was like kind of too young to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, this is cool, but like I was almost like more excited about being out of school than I was about going to
The only
Augusta.
thing
Augusta,
I've been to the Western Open when they had it at Cog Hill. It's named something else now. I think that's the only one I've ever been to.
I've been.
I was
to,
like 10 for that too.
Yeah, I did Medina when they had one of the majors there.
They had
and
a US
then-
Open or something
And I
there,
did
yeah.
Olympia Fields when they had one of the majors there too.
Are you Glansbury in the Masters?
Actually, no. I've been to the.
Am I going alone?
Yeah.
No. If I was going alone, I wouldn't have tickets.
Well, how'd you get tickets?
I was offered by a friend, someone I know. Uh-huh.
Are they going the whole week, or are they just going for?
We're
the one
all
day?
just going. So I'm not really going to the actual play. It's the Wednesday practice.
Some
round.
people say that's better.
The practice round.
Yeah, it's like a little bit more relaxed. Like that's the ones where I think, unless I'm thinking of the par 3 tournament, where they'll do like trick shots and shit, and they'll like skip it off the water and try to like get it in the hole. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
they'll like just hit a low line drive on purpose across a pond, and it'll skip. The ball will like skip like a stone and go up on the green.
Tomorrow is the par 3 tournament.
Yeah. Okay.
When are you leaving?
I leave. My flight's at 5 a.m. MDW.
That's how far of a hike is that for you? It's far, right?
It's a little far, but
Yeah.
You'll get there in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But then he's got to.
3 in the morning or
Yeah,
whatever.
but then he's got to go up to Augusta.
Yeah,
from
that's
Atlanta.
like a
you
couple
gotta
hours. I
land 2
think,
hours.
right?
It's
Wasn't
it's
that
a
like-
hike.
Wasn't
Yeah.
that like the all-time Brett Merriman with Portnoy?
Oh yeah. What did he do?
he booked him a flight to Atlanta instead of going direct to Augusta, and it like cost Portnoy like an additional like 9 or 10 hours. I think he might have lost like a suitcase or something.
And it
too.
might have had a layover too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
It might have had a layover in like
like
Nashville
New York
or
to
something.
DC to,
Yeah.
it's like what the fuck.
Him and Merriman was like
That was a
all-time
great,
rivalry.
yeah.
all timer. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be cool.
Floppy hair, fuck.
It's gonna be cool. Dave, congratulations! Shrek 5 is in the works.
Lovely.
Yeah. Did you said you haven't seen any past the first one though, right?
No, I've seen the second one. I was told not to watch the third one, I believe, because it's that bad.
What's wrong with the third?
Shrek the Third went straight to DVD, I believe.
No.
Yeah.
For real?
Mm-hmm. It was like the story of Arthur and Lancelot.
No. That
But don't
can't
they-
be
Yeah, no,
true.
I'm positive.
Don't they have like a million like spin-offs? Like, isn't that Puss in Boots?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's a Shrek,
I have
right?
not seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
from the Shrek conglomerate. They got a bunch of like Christmas spin-offs and all that.
Shrek the Third went straight to DVD.
Yeah.
That actually really surprises me. I don't know if that's true. It's Shrek. Even if it's Shrek, it's gonna make $1 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah, they make money.
Or even if it's bad, rather.
Yeah. People will show up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
People aren't going for Arthur and Lancelot. They don't want to see that.
No, it was in theaters.
Was it? Shit.
Come on, dude.
Box
They made
office
fucking
is-
$813 million.
Yeah. What
The first time I saw it was on a rack in Target, and I had never even heard of Shrek the Third before that. The amount of hype Shrek 1 and 2 had around it, it might as well.
This guy's
fucking
acting like
gone.
it's Lion King 2 Simba's Pride. You remember that?
What's wrong with
Dude,
that?
that went straight to DVD or
That
VHS. Yeah.
That did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lion King 2 Simba's Pride? Oh, yeah.
Shrek the Third, 813
There
million.
are a
That's a
couple
lot
good
of DVDs
straight to,
out
I'm
there.
pretty sure Boondock was straight to DVD.
Boondock.
Boondock Saints.
Oh, Boondock Saints, yes. I think you're right on that.
Which obviously has a huge cult following. I think that movie's just kind of okay, but
I
I
would like
loved
to-
it in high school.
I would like to apologize for slandering Shrek the Third, but it's by far the worst one.
That's what I've
you've
heard. I
seen
heard
it?
like
Yeah.
don't watch it; it'll ruin the first two a little bit for you.
Well,
So
then
I,
they redeem themselves with Shrek Forever After. That's a great one.
I have not seen it, but
You're missing
I'll
out,
watch the fourth one. Do I gotta watch it?
Nah.
The third one to know what's going on in the
When's
fourth one?
when's movie night at your house?
We'll set it up.
It's kind of a no-brainer.
Shrek and Chill.
Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer, dude. Why didn't they? This came out in 2010, and it made 756. Like, this is easily going to make over $1 billion.
Oh yeah, it's gonna make $1 billion for sure.
So like, the movies are just back. Remember the people were like, oh, the movie theater's going to shut down forever.
Yeah, dude.
No one's
because
ever going to
Tom
go to the
Cruise
theater.
saved the
Yeah,
movies.
it's Tom Cruise.
I don't think you're on.
The Last Puss in Boots got like insane reviews, by the way.
Mhm.
Did
It's,
it?
Like, Harold is like one of the greatest animated movies of all time.
Really?
Wasn't the open right around the time we saw 80 for Brady?
Yeah,
That's a good point too, Tom. They
How
have
much
made
is that made at the
spin-offs.
box office?
they did like the same kind of animation style as that Spider-Man, like Into the Spider-Verse movie, where it's like comic book style.
Shrek is just carrying DreamWorks. Carrying.
Remember, DreamWorks, they kind of...
80 for Brady made money officially.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so its budget was 28 million and the box office is 39.5.
I think you need to double it to, like, be really in the green.
Oh, really?
So
That's what I
it's-
understand. But
You
hey,
said 28 was the budget,
Was the budget?
so they got another 20 million to go or so.
I'm sure there can be grandmas who buy it on
DVD.
DVD and whatnot. Damn, Puss in Boots, that was that good, Tom? It only
Yeah, I
made
just remember- I just
478.
saw it, like it was getting like a ton of hype on Twitter. So like for all I know, I could be wrong, but it says it has like 86% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it only made
It's lower
4.
than I thought. But
Oh,
I,
95% on Rotten Tomatoes.
oh yeah, that's
Damn.
that's the you're on the wrong one.
Are you a Puss guy, Dave?
The Last Wish. The Last Wish. Is that the last one?
Yeah.
Are you a Puss guy?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Puss?
Never.
Really?
Come on,
Never
Dave.
in my life.
What about the
Get
first Puss
Stephen
in
Che
Boots?
on the phone right now.
Yeah, we need to get Stephen Che. That was the most informative video he's ever watched, he said.
Yeah.
How to eat vagina.
And he was talking about how it was like 25 minutes long.
What? How to eat vagina?
Yeah.
Stephen Che, he's a wild cat.
He is a wildcat. That guy is fucking out there.
You think he's more out there than you?
He might be.
Yeah.
He might be.
I love Stephen Che.
Yeah, he's
He's just like a 1 in a billion.
a
human.
1 in a billion.
Yeah, but
He
so are
really
you.
is.
You're a 1 in a billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily.
I'm in 109 1 in 999,999. Like he's got me by 1, I think.
Okay.
Che?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's good. Puss in Boots.
When was the last time we had Che in a snake draft? I feel like we should
It's
work
been a
him
while.
back in.
It's been a while, yeah.
Remember when
He's
you had
my
him on
list
the
for
Asian
sure.
food snake draft?
He wanted to do that one. That wasn't.
Donnie was pissed. Still
Yeah,
pissed.
he
holding a
still
grudge.
he was
I
talking
actually
about it in the
think.
DR.
I think Asian food was Che's idea. I believe it was.
That might be the move tonight.
That's
Get
probably
some
what you
Asian
told
food.
him to say.
Some Yinglings.
Who, Che?
Yep.
Your favorite.
It's funny when that was going down. That was about a year ago. Was it? No, it would have been 2 years ago, I think, because it was like opening day. I remember for White Sox, so it was like right around this time, and people in the parking lot were coming up to me with Yinglings, handing them to me like, "Here, it's your favorite beer." I'm like, "Thanks, man."
Got it imported from China.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was with you, Dave. Some kid like
Yeah.
drove it in from like out of state because they don't sell it in Illinois. I don't think.
Yeah, for people that don't know, White Sox Dave thought Yingling
I
was
was
from
talking
Asia.
Tsingtao. They both got green bottles too, don't they?
You're right. You're right.
It does sound kind of
Tsingtao's
Asian.
good too.
My dad really likes it. Yeah, like I remember when we go to Chinese places growing up, he's like, "This is actually good."
But yeah, oldest brewer in America, I think. You know.
American beer.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, how ironic, right?
I think it is. All right. On that note, thank you, Dave. We could wrap the show. Anybody else? Anybody got anything else?
I don't think so.
Brian Urlacher coming Thursday.
Yep.
Brian
Dropping that
Urlacher.
over, yeah, it'll be fun.
And
Can we tease our call on Thursday or no?
well, it's like a private call.
What call?
I mean, it's your thing. You want to talk about it?
Oh, it's up to you. Don't give him any pub.
Or maybe give him a little pub.
Until they.
The company that Brian Urlacher is
You might as well
famous.
just say it.
Well, of course. No, I got a call with the Restore CEO on Thursday.
Did you talk to Eddie about this beforehand?
I did. He's going to be on the call because he's interested too.
Fuck yeah.
I thought you said Dave couldn't do hair plugs because it would affect you.
Yeah, you did say that. Like, you want his hair to remain.
If this actually goes down and I somehow pull out a better head of hair out of my ass than Chief, it will make my entire life. It will.
Yeah, you
fucking
told me about the
balding
call. And you're
scumbag.
like, you'll never. I'm not balding, but you're like,
You might
you'll
as
never
well be after this fucking hair restoration I'm about to get.
Dave goes to me, you'll never hear the end of it. I'm like, I'm not rooting against you to not have hair, or rooting for you to be bald. Like, what does this have to do with me? He goes, shut up. You'll never hear the end of it.
You never will.
You might not be able to wear hats for a while.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can't.
I might just go into hiding for a couple weeks.
All right, talk to you then.
All right.
You can't do that. We need you for the
says?
content.
It's for medical purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, then, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, or just watching now. We'll be back on Thursday. We will see you then.